is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are so.
From Fenway Park in Boston, it's time for Braves baseball. April in the ATL continues here at the home of the Red Sox, where it's Grateful Dead night. A lot of fans are dressed in the psychedelic colors. We're not tripping, we're trucking. On to Chicago after this series wraps up tonight on a cloudy and cool night for baseball. It's game 4 of the series. Hopefully Atlanta can snap an 8-game losing streak. Hi again, friends. Chip and Joe, welcome to the ballpark. 21 games in, time for a status report. Braves have led a lot of ball games this year. Unfortunately, they've lost 17 of them so far, Joe. And if there's been one consistent theme, it's been rather inconsistent starting pitching when there have been opportunities to slam the door on the opposition.
Yeah, tonight's open is kind of a broad spectrum. There's plenty to go around, trust me. But we're going to start with the pitching. And we've complained, or pointed out, I should say, would be a better term, about how the Braves have had a hard time getting shutdown innings when the offense does score. They've had 39 such opportunities and only 24 shutdown innings. That's tied for the fewest in the major leagues with the Cincinnati Reds. Now then, let's go to the offense. The offense, as we know, has had a hard time hitting the long ball. They've had a hard time getting just extra base hits. 33 extra base hits, that's the fewest in baseball. And the next lowest number is the Yankees, who have 44. Now then, 4 home runs, that's the fewest in baseball. Miami has 13, they're 29th. But with those 33 extra base hits in the National League, Miami in the National League has 52, so they're in 14th place. So there's a great disparity between last and next to last. And for the Braves, those two areas, if they could just improve a little bit, would mean a whole lot towards some more wins.
Well, they've got a guy on the mound for the Red Sox who's been struggling. Clay Buchholz is the Red Sox starter. Julius Chacin will take the ball for the Braves. It's been an historic visit to Boston for A.J. Pierzynski, Mr. 2000 indeed. We'll talk about that right after this.
Atlanta Braves baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. is sponsored by Delta Airlines, your local Ford dealer, and Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience sports.
Welcome back, guys. It is a chilly night here in Boston for the series finale between the Red Sox and the Braves, and it was a great night last night for A.J. Pierzynski, Mr. 2000, as he finally picked up his 2000th career hit, and that brings us to our Synovus Greatness Made Here. Now, I think we were all hoping he could have got it in Turner Field. He was telling me that his kids were just there for the games, but regardless, the monkey is off of his back, and he did pick up that 2000th career hit, and we talked to him earlier today about what it meant to him.
You never think you're going to play that long. You know, if you ask people that know me, I've been saying since a lot of games.
We have the series finale of the Red Sox versus the Braves coming up next. Chip and Joe will be back with the starting lineups and pitchers.
Baseball is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers, Let's Go Places, the Georgia Lottery, and Synovus, the bank of here.
Another cool, cloudy, breezy night here at Fenway Park in Boston, Mass. Fenway Park all lit up, beautiful as always, as the Braves try to salvage 1 of 4 against the suddenly surging Sox, who've won their last 4 games in a row. Braves, as you know, have dropped 8 straight, and they'll send Nick Markakis to the plate to lead things off. Castro, Garcia, Freddie Freeman heating up. Mr. 2000, A.J. Pierzynski back in the lineup. Jace Peterson gets a start at second base, and Malik Smith will be the Braves center fielder in batting ninth. That's Clay Buchholz, man with a no-hitter to his resume. But, Joe, tough times the last couple of years for the Red Sox righty.
Boy, you're right there, Chip. He's 31 years old now, 6'3", 190 out of Nederland, Texas. He's in his 9th year in the big leagues and has great interleague numbers in terms of a record. He's 6-1 in 11 starts. His ERA is over 4. But so far on this season, he's 0-2 with a 6+ ERA. And he's had a hard time kind of explaining it because he's in 3 of his first 4 starts, he's given up 5 runs in 5 innings or less, including his last time out against Houston, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits and 5 runs. His fastball is in the low 90s. He's got an excellent changeup and curveball, and he's 20 games over in his career at 73 and 53, but just slow out of the gate after an elbow injury shortened his season last year.
Well, the Red Sox have had some concerns about their starting pitching. Many of those concerns have been eased by their performances in the 3 games so far against the Braves. David Price with a 14 strikeout effort. Stephen Wright pitched very well against Atlanta. Now Buchholz hopes to round into form before they start a series with the Yankees this weekend. Nick Markakis in the box. We're ready to go, and the first pitch of the night is bounced foul and out of play. Strike 1. Nick's cooled off a bit. His average now at 273. Markakis 5 for his last 28.
And only 1 hit in this series against the Red Sox. That came his last time up last night. A double to left field.
In the air to center. Bradley on the run. He's going to turn. That one's high off the monster. And Nick Markakis will cruise into second base with a leadoff 2-base hit. Excellent start.
There's an extra base hit. So now out of the 34 extra base hits that the Braves have, 11 of them belong to Nick Markakis. And they're all doubles.
That one hit right off the top of the scoreboard. You heard the metallic clang. Fortunately for Bradley, he was able to play it cleanly. And Daniel Castro will try to move Nick over to third base. Tough times at the plate for Castro in the series. He's 0 for 13. Bouncing ball up the middle. Nice sliding play, Pedroia. Castro a productive out.
Well, a good job by Castro to get him over already on the first pitch, just bounce him onto the right side. But what a play by Pedroia, who actually kind of turned against his arm and still had enough on it to get the out.
They really watered down the infield too. He almost appeared to slip as he made that throw. But Hanley Ramirez stuck with it at first base. And now Adonis Garcia, the Braves DH, will stand in. He pops up the first pitch. And in shallow right, Pedroia puts the squeeze on that. And now Vasquez to the mound. He'll talk things over with Buchholz as Freddie Freeman stands in the batter's box. Freddie Freeman ended the Braves' home run miseries.
5 for 10 in this series against the Red Sox too, including this home run that was hit over the Red Sox bullpen. A real rocket. But he has not faced Buchholz. This is an interesting dilemma, if you will, for Buchholz here in the first inning. You got a guy who's had a good series, and then on deck you got a guy who's worn you out. A.J. Pierzynski 6 for 15 against Buchholz. Whew, good cut.
You bet. Good pass, but Freeman behind in the count now.
Early part of the game has been a problem for Buchholz too, getting out of the gate. First time through the order, big average against him at 344. And after that, the second time through, not much. Now that third time through, he hadn't gotten too many third time through the orders so far.
That was wasted. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Buchholz hurt by a grand slam in his last start down in Houston. He's given up 4 home runs in his first 4 starts.
Well, he better not throw one in the dirt, because if he does and it gets away from Vasquez, Markakis will score easily. They've got a shift on for Freeman, and Shaw, the third baseman, is over at the shortstop spot. There's nobody to hold Nick close.
Ooh, that ball nearly backed up over the inside corner. Freeman took it. And Buchholz wanted no part of the Braves' first baseman. They'll now take their chances with A.J. Pierzynski.
Target was in. Little two-seamer. Vasquez trying to draw it over there for Andy Fletcher, who was not having any of that. I thought last night the Red Sox would put something on their message board to honor AJ for his 2000th hit. Nothing posted, especially after the Braves had a nice video montage for David Ortiz in Atlanta.
Strike one to AJ. First and third, 2 outs in the first. Especially because AJ played here. I mean, yeah, he's not a complete stranger to the Red Sox fans. He couldn't stop himself, and Buchholz quickly ahead 0-2.
Buchholz made a start against the Braves last year in interleague play, but got no decision, despite the fact that he only gave up 2 unearned runs and went 7 innings.
Swing and a drive hit deep toward right. But tracking it down beautifully is Mookie Betts, who's got great speed. Boy, that outfield is awfully athletic for the Red Sox. That saved a run, maybe 2. We head to the bottom of the first. Braves strand a pair in the top of the first. Now Julius Chacin goes to work against the Red Sox in the bottom half of the opening inning.
28 years old, out of Venezuela, 6'2", 245, 0-1 on the year with a 3.18 ERA. 2 career starts against the Red Sox, but none here at Fenway Park. He's 1-1 against this team, but never has pitched here. His Ford Keys pitching success tonight. Well, in light of what you said was Grateful Dead night.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell both sides now. Work both sides of the plate. That was what was successful for him earlier this season. And Glenn Fry, the heat is on. Braves have lost 8 in a row. Time for somebody to step up. Maybe go 7 innings tonight and pitch a good game.
Well, Julius must be feeling heat. Look, no sleeves tonight.
There you go.
Ready to go, as is Mookie Betts, the leadoff man for the Red Sox. He's been a spark plug for Boston. He scored a first-inning run in 7 of the last 8 ball games for him. The first inning is a very productive one for the Boston offense. And that's fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caught a corner. 1-2.
As we have seen in his first 3 starts, Julius his ball moves all over the place. There's a cutter, slider, and a good sinker.
That's what makes him such an intriguing guy for the Braves this year. He put up excellent numbers pitching most of the time in Coors Field. When you can pitch to a sub-4 ERA in that place, my goodness, you've got to feel like you can be successful just about any place in big league baseball.
Well, one thing's for sure, you're not going to scare him.
And that just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pedroia and Bogaerts to follow here in the first for the Red Sox. Fouled that right off his foot.
And it missed the shin guard. Right below the shin guard, right on the ankle.
Not close, and now it's a full count.
When you're young like Mookie Betts and you hit a ball off your foot, I mean, the pain is instant and it's horrible. If you or I were up there, well, if I was up there and did it, it'd probably be the next pitch before it got to me, and then I'd just be screaming as the pitcher's winding up.
Swinging a bit, swinging a bit. Wait a minute. You want to repeat that? Was you or I mean, if I were
well, if you or I were the ones that are up there right now at our age,
yes,
and then I qualified that by saying, no, me, you're still a young child.
Good start for Chassin. He strikes out Betts. Here's
Had nothing to do with ability.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Pedroia, 2-homer game. One of them grand slam off the pesky pole last night. Crowd a little thinner tonight here at Fenway Park. A cool, breezy night. Also, big doings down the street. Hawks and Celtics are playing. And that one's hit toward the pole again. And that is a fair ball. Markakis got to the wall. And Pedroia will stop at second with a double. There's that tricky corner you were talking about.
Yeah, and Pedroia said after the game he's never done that before. He's never even come close to the pesky pole, and here he does it again right down the line. And it hit right on the chalk. And then Nick Markakis has got to fight that and try to hit it off and hold it to a double. What a red-hot streak Pedroia's on. That 16 hits in his last 7 games plus 1 at bat.
So an RBI chance for the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. He's got 12 hits in his last 28 at bats. So you can see why the Red Sox have won their last 4 games. The top of their order is really clicking right now.
I like the lineup. what we've seen of it for the last 3 days. It's not a typical Red Sox lineup just loaded with big boppers that are all going to hit 20 homers or more, but more speed, more athletic, and what looks like a real good defensive outfield too, like those guys.
1 ball, no strikes. That pops away from AJ. No advance by Pedroia. 2-0 the count. Well, they've done a little bit of everything against the Braves. They've manufactured runs. They've put together big innings. They've pitched well. And they've hit their share of home runs too.
Now, going into last night's game, they were last in the American League in home runs, which was a shock. They've got 17. Compare that to the Braves 4. They now have 60 doubles compared to the Braves 30. Seven triples. The Braves have not yet hit a triple. But first in runs per game, and man, is that important.
And the ability to manufacture runs instead of waiting back like they did in the old AL days and hit 3-run homers all the time. Ball 4. A double and a walk sets it up for David Ortiz.
Boy, AJ had a hard time there in that at bat. He was stabbing at some pitches. He had one bounce off his glove, and then this one sinking. Oh, I see what happened. He was just turning his glove over to make sure it didn't get through there. Walks have not been the problem for Chacin to this point. That's only the 3rd walk. And this is his 18th inning.
David Ortiz. 3 doubles last night for Boston. Became the first Red Sox player 40 years of age or greater with a 3-double ball game.
And not only did he break a tie with Todd Helton for most doubles in a career, he moved into a tie with George Brett. And when he was told that after the game, he smiled and said, well, good for me. So I thought it was a great comeback.
One of the great free agent signings in history. David Ortiz of the Red Sox, who takes up and in. So here comes Boston up to their old first inning tricks again. Boston scored 28 first inning runs, their most productive inning this year. Ground ball right side. Freeman is going to go to second, and no return throw. And apparently Ibar was off the bag. Nope, he was. Yeah, he was off the bag. And Bogaerts was heading toward the dugout and got tagged. He was originally safe on that play and then walked off the bag toward the dugout. And Ibar wants to know from Joe West why there's not an automatic double play. He thought the slide was questionable.
Joe West said he was off the base, called him safe because Ibar on the neighborhood play was off the base. Bogaerts assumed he'd been called out and was headed to the dugout. It was not an illegal slide. I don't know what Bogaerts was thinking there.
I mean, he was looking right up at Joe West, and his arms were outstretched. Now John Farrell's going to come out and talk about it.
You may want to know if time had been called, if the play was dead when he came off the base.
That's part of the deal on the new slide rule. The neighborhood play is not allowed by the middle infielders. They have to make contact with the bag when they catch the baseball. And now Joe West will join Mark Ripperger at first base. And John Farrell is going to ask for an explanation.
See, right there, you could read his lips. My question is, did he call timeout? So the throw pulled Ibar off the bag in the opinion of Joe West. But now, right there, Bogaerts was looking right at Joe West. I don't understand why he would have thought he was out. Break for Atlanta.
You bet.
2 down.
And runners are at the corners for Hanley Ramirez. One nothing Red Sox. Ramirez rips the first pitch into right field. "12 RBIs for Hanley Ramirez."
All through their lineup, they've got guys driving in runs, and a terrific piece of hitting here through that hole by Ramirez. The first 6 guys in their lineup in order have RBI totals of 14, 12, 10, 16, 12, and 15. Solid.
This is Travis Shaw, who's had an impressive series against Atlanta. And to put that point in perspective, the Braves have exactly 1 player in double digits in RBIs this year.
And that's the leadoff man. Well, that brain freeze at second base by Bogaerts just saved a run.
Six RBIs for Shaw in the series. That's fouled away. Shaw hit a long homer against the Braves back in Atlanta. They're trying to bring home David Ortiz with a second run with 2 outs. Full count. "25 pitches so far in the inning. Runners go, and Shaw serves it foul.
This guy's been impressive in this series too. Didn't get a chance to see him play much last year, but he has asserted himself, and they have not even missed Pablo Sandoval since Sandoval went on the disabled list. A double and a triple and a homer in this series for Shaw.
Popped up first base side. Freeman and Peterson. Jace is behind the tarp, and he makes a tumbling catch to retire the side. The Red Sox score first on a Hanley Ramirez hit, and we're off to the second. 1-0 Boston. Head to Chicago to take on the Cubs, and Fox Sports South is a place to catch the action. Our coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern on Fox Sports South and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. It's April in the ATL, presented by Cook's Pest Control.
Talk about an organization that's done a good job in revamping their team with young players and putting them in the right places, whether they develop them or traded for them. They have it working now, and all those guys very talented.
Cubs were victorious at home today, 7-2. Jake Arrieta only went 5 innings today.
Yeah, because of the rainout, John Lester was moved back, so the Braves are going to catch him tomorrow.
Jeff Francoeur leads off and bounces one up the middle, but Pedroia gets a big hop, and he stayed with it for the first out. It'll be interesting to see all the new changes to Wrigley Field. There have been more in the offseason, most notably the new home clubhouse facilities for the Cubs. For years, arguably the worst home clubhouse in baseball, simply because of the cramped conditions in a 1915 era ballpark. That's all changed. State-of-the-art facilities, and the Cubs rolling at 16-5. In fact, it's a great start for both Chicago teams. The Cubs and the White Sox are in first place in their respective divisions. Jace Peterson's in the lineup, starting for the 8th time at second base. And he's down a strike.
I was teasing Tyler Flowers today when it was announced that Lester would go tomorrow. I said, wait, if you're going to start against left-handed pitching, how are you looking? Recently, Kershaw, Price, and now Lester. He just laughed and he said, it'll get better. Jace hasn't started in a couple of days. Maybe he can bring a little zip to the ball club tonight offensively. Wow. 2 change-ups in a row that didn't come close to getting as far as home plate.
Buchholz has had some terrific seasons for the Red Sox. But one of the knocks on him is his inability to stay healthy and make 33 starts. He's missed time with a lower back problem. That was 5 years ago. 2013, he was 12-1, made only 16 starts because of a neck issue.
Yeah, I think he started 11 or 12-0 that season too.
It's just rolling. And Peterson's aboard with one out in the Braves' second.
None of those pitches came close, and now Buchholz is rubbing the end of his finger and chewing on something. I don't know if he's got a blister developing or not. Something hurt on that pitch. He has walked a bunch of guys. That's 11 walks now for him in 22 2/3 innings.
Let's see if Ibar can make him pay. A bunt. Bare hand try by Shaw, can't corral it. And everybody's safe.
Freddie Gonzalez was asked recently about playing more small ball because the Braves have had trouble hitting home runs. So what about manufacturing runs? And he said, you know what? He said that kind of depends on your pitcher. You know, if you've got an ace pitcher like say a Clayton Kershaw out there and you only need one run, he said, I get it, play for a run early. He said that's not the case here right now. And while he was bunting on his own with one out, that was nowhere near an attempt at a sacrifice bunt. It certainly did set up Mallex Smith with a chance to tie the game. And I don't remember exactly how many years it covers, maybe the last 6 or 7 years. Eric Ibar's got more bunt hits than anybody in the game.
And one here in the second inning with one out. Good speed aboard for Mallex. He's batting 136. Ripped down the right field line. That's going to rattle around for a while. Oh, and it'll bounce into the stands for a double.
Shoot, that might have scored 2.
He turned on that pitch and hit a rocket. Mallex Smith with an RBI double, and the game is tied.
That ball hit right on top of the fence and bounced into the stands. Otherwise, again, rattling around in this right field corner. Chance for Ibar to score from first had this not happened. Boy, he stung it though.
So 2 on the pond for Nick Markakis. Doubled his first time up. Braves have tied it 1-1. Nick leads the club with 16 RBIs. He's our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard subject.
His 16 RBIs represent 24.2% of the team's RBIs. That's 3rd in the league, 3rd in baseball, behind Harper and Cano.
Markakis drives one to left center field. That'll get down. That's going to score 2. Jackie Bradley with a backhanded stab cuts it off. But Nick Markakis with his second hit plates a pair, and the Braves have a 2-run lead.
That number on Buchholz first time through the order. Braves had 3 hits, collected 2 walks, and now the second time through the order on a hanging breaking ball. Nick collects a couple more RBIs. Started with a walk.
Castro had a hit taken away by Pedroia in the first. Castro showed bunt.
Not enough at bats for his average to withstand a current 0 for 14. Now 15, 0 for 15. But I should qualify that by saying the last game against the Red Sox in Atlanta, he hit the ball hard 3 times, was robbed 3 times, and as you said, Pedroia with a good play on him tonight. Some tough luck.
Again towards second. Pedroia with the throw to first. Markakis to second. 2 outs. So Atlanta scored 3 in the second. We will of course look forward to the bottom of the inning and hope for a shutdown inning from Julius Chassin.
Exactly. Well, another part of the problem for Buchholz here in the early going has been long balls. He's given up 4 homers in 21 innings coming into this start. That may not sound like a whole lot, but last year he only gave up 6 in 113 innings. 4 this year in 21 innings.
I wonder if he's thinking about that elbow which sidelined him last year.
Could be.
Cut by Adonis, but he fouled it back.
Coming out of his hand pretty good. That was 93. But a hanging breaking ball and those change-ups in the dirt, the secondary pitches have been way off the mark.
Another chance for Pedroia. He'll give ground and throw to first. Good inning for the Braves. A 1-out walk, a bunt single, a double, and a 2-run single by Markakis puts Atlanta in front. Lead 3-1 is your score, and as we began our broadcast tonight, we talked about an area of concern for the Braves, and that is inconsistent shutdown innings.
And what that means is trying to keep the momentum on your side. If you're not familiar with that, it's when your team scores, you'd like to go out and certainly like to have a 3-up, 3-down inning, but prevent the other team from scoring to get momentum back on their side and feel a little better about themselves. So 39 chances coming into this game tonight. The Braves have only been able to accomplish that 24 times. That's the fewest in baseball. And a chance for Chassin to do that and improve on it right here.
And he's got the bottom of the order coming up for the Red Sox. Chris Young, the left fielder tonight, will lead things off. He's had good numbers against Chassin, so he gets a start in the finale of the series. Chris Young, you might remember, was originally with the White Sox. He was traded to Arizona for Javier Vasquez. And Chris Young, out in the desert, put up some really big years for the D-backs, including a 32-homer season in 2007.
I remember a series he had at Turner Field with the Diamondbacks one weekend where he hit like 4 homers in 3 games.
If there's been a knock on Young, it's that he's never hit for a high batting average. A career .235 hitter in the big leagues. He then made his way to Oakland. Played 2014 with the Mets and the Yankees. Last year hit .252 with the Bronx Bombers and 14 homers. And then signed here as a free agent.
And that's why he is still playing and still a productive major league player, is that teams like having him as a 4th outfielder. He can play anywhere, any of the 3 positions. And he can swing the bat.
Young's from Bel Air, Texas High School.
I know where that is.
Little pop behind first. Jace Peterson says he's got it. 1 out.
We used to drive by their ballpark all the time, driving to the Astrodome. It's right there in Houston. And it was the same high school that produced Jose Cruz Jr.
How'd they ever lose a game?
I don't know. Pretty nice little yard.
I'll bet. Well, I hope the folks in Houston are doing better after the horrible rainstorms they've been dealing with in April. Lots of flooding in downtown Houston and the surrounding areas. It's a great town. Miss going there. As Jackie Bradley hits and takes a strike.
Yeah, that's Miss Kelsey's hometown too.
A base hit against the shift by Bradley. I would think it'd be tough to shift against the Red Sox in this respect, knowing about the Green Monster and knowing how their hitters, I would assume, would try to hit it the other way as a left-handed batter. This is almost a gimme for a major league hitter in this ballpark.
I couldn't agree more.
So Bradley, who has a hit and a run scored in each of his last 7 interleague games, is aboard in front of Christian Vasquez, the catcher and 9th place hitter. And that gets away from AJ, who slips and falls and throws a lawn dart out toward shortstop. AJ's feet went right from beneath him as he tried to fire towards second base. He's having a tough time just handling the pitched ball.
That ball was running like crazy to AJ's left, and right here, as he started to throw, right foot goes out from under him. Not sure that he had a play under any circumstances.
Yeah, AJ and Ryan Hannigan will have something to talk about after this one. Hannigan had to handle Stephen Wright, the Red Sox knuckleballer, here at Fenway. 1-0 pitch. Now runner in scoring position. And a cue shot back to the mound. Chassin with a bare hand flips to first.
One more out to get to keep that shutdown inning alive.
Betts struck out to start the game for the Red Sox. So a pop out, a single, a passed ball, and a tapper to the pitcher. As Bradley at third with 2 outs. He missed that by a foot. 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls.
AJ held onto that one, and Betts strikes out for a second time. Shutdown inning for Chacin. Nicely done. We head to the third. Look at young Freddie Freeman.
Just looked like a ball player, didn't he?
Sure did. Like Opie Taylor. It's time for tonight's Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. The rankings for the Braves offense, well, they're not good. They are cold, hard facts.
Yeah. Not pretty. And last in OPS. We had a discussion about that before the game.
That's hammered down toward the pesky pole foul.
And it had to do with slugging percentage and on base percentage, correct?
Yeah.
That is virtually impossible to have a lower slugging percentage than you have on base percentage, but that is the case.
The last team over a full season to do that was the 1943 White Sox. It had happened 17 other times, but that was from 1913 to 1918. So if this continues, it would be a 100-year historic occurrence.
13 to 18, that was dead ball era, wasn't it?
Federal League and all that stuff.
Yeah, there was Federal League had a tax on extra base hits, so there just weren't many.
April was a nightmare.
Yes.
No balls, 2 strikes, and Freddie backed off the plate. It's 1-2. Braves got 3 runs in the second, the 5th time this season they've scored 3 or more runs in an inning. And Freddie didn't get a split finger pitch, and he's retired. 1 down. First strikeout.
He doesn't throw that very often, and that may have been a couple of those pitches he threw to JACE Peterson when he walked him to start the rally in the second inning instead of a straight change. But that was definitely a split.
AJ skies one out of play foul. Now that he's got the 2,000 hit milestone taken care of, AJ has said he's really looking forward to getting to 2,000 games caught in the big leagues. Tonight is game number 1887 as a starting catcher, and he strokes that one towards center. Bradley gives ground shy of the track.
That's two he has nailed tonight. One that Betts tracked down, and that one.
That'll bring up Jeff Francoeur.
All the guys today were talking about Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer, and how frustrating it was to try to hit him last night. And he said even they were saying what we were saying, Chip, and that is, how are we supposed to hit it if Hannigan can't catch it?
Yeah.
And all of them to a man were thrilled when he was out of the game, and that flamethrower, was it Lane? No, Barnes. Lane and Barnes came in. They were just happy to see somebody that was throwing 95.
That's such a great weapon to have a knuckleballer in your rotation. I believe it really messes up an opposing team's hitter's approach for a couple days. It hasn't tonight to this point. As Jeff skies one towards center and right at Bradley. And Buchholz has a 1-2-3 third inning. Pedroia, Bogaerts, and Ortiz coming up for the Red Sox. Braves are beating them 3-1.
$20,000 of you in attendance on Saturday, May 28th will receive a Chipper Rescues FREDDIE ATV bobblehead. Yep, it's going to be funny. Just take a look at it. You saw it there. Visit Braves.com/tickets to secure your tickets today. What they should have done is just, instead of a bobblehead, just had Freddie, the whole Freddie body bobble like he's shivering.
Yeah. Where were you for all the marketing meetings, for crying out loud? It's a little late for that, but it's a great idea as Pedroia leads off the Red Sox third. Another shivering in Boston tonight. It's a chilly evening. Wind blowing out toward the monster in left. The Braves have jumped out 3-1 behind Julius Chassin. And a hot shot towards second. Peterson had Pedroia positioned perfectly. How's that for alliteration? One out.
Last night, the Red Sox honored Louis Tiant, who was here at the ballpark. had some highlights from his Red Sox days on the big screen, and they just did the same thing for Freddie Lynn, who broke in with the Red Sox and is here at the park. And I'd forgotten that he was Rookie of the Year and MVP the same season.
1974.
That's not too shabby.
It was his first year with the Red Sox.
And he was a second-round draft pick.
Really?
Yeah, they took Ted Cox out of Oklahoma City with the first pick that year. Ted said Freddie never let him forget it either.
One ball, one strike for Bogaerts. Who had a base running blunder earlier tonight. John Farrell came out after Bogaerts was ruled safe on a forced play at second base. It looked like Bogaerts was trying to ask time of Joe West. West apparently didn't grant time, and Bogaerts walked off the field thinking he was out, and Ibar just tagged him. It cost the Red Sox a run in the first inning. Again, the odd part of that play was Bogaerts looked to be looking right at Joe West, whose hands were outstretched to say safe.
I don't know how he missed that.
Well, he makes up for it with a gapper toward right center field. Malix cuts it off onto the warning track, but not before Bogaerts glides into second. Boy, does the ball jump off his bat. Whew.
And another extra base hit for the Red Sox. Nice job by Malix to cut it off.
Boy, Malix was wide-eyed and excited, getting a chance to visit Fenway Park for the first time as a professional player. Thrilled to be in the lineup tonight. He's already had a big night at the plate. Here's Ortiz. And a strike. David Ortiz has had a remarkable career. 500 or more homers and 3 or more World Series titles. Only 4 players have done that.
Yeah, he and Reggie, though, a little catching up to do to Mickey and Babe. Ruth and Mantle each had 7 World Championships to go with their 500+ homers.
That's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot feature. Downstairs.
And not all of Babe's were with the Yankees. I think there was one with the Red Sox.
When he was a pitcher.
Yeah.
He was a terrific pitcher, too. It's bounded foul. I don't remember off the top of my head how many wins Babe Ruth had. I know he threw a ton of shutouts and he had an excellent ERA. I'll look it up. He was even better in postseason play in the World Series.
Argyle Jenkins just told me that 3 of them came with the Red Sox and 4 with the Yankees in terms of world titles.
Ortiz couldn't check his swing, and he will be struck out. There's the second out. Ortiz is looking at the home plate umpire and asking for an appeal, but he was rung up by Kerwin Danley almost immediately.
Oh, he went. Absolutely went.
So 2 outs for Hanley Ramirez.
It seems to me Babe had the record for most wins in World Series play for a long time. So maybe Whitey Ford came along or someone like that. Good pitch.
Babe Ruth is a pitcher. Won 23 games in 1916, 24 games in 1917. Through 323 and 326 innings in back-to-back years. Babe Ruth won 94 regular season games, a career ERA of 2.28. How about that? His career walks and hits per inning pitched, 1.16. High fly ball hammered toward the monster. It's high off the wall. Bogaerts will score. And Hanley Ramirez went halfway. The ball got away from the Atlanta middle infield. And Hanley Ramirez takes second. And the Red Sox have cut the lead to 1.
He's driven in both runs tonight. And on that hanging slider, the Braves are lucky this didn't get out of the ballpark. It was not hit high enough. It was certainly hit hard enough. Right at the top of the wall. I don't know what happened. Frank Coor made a quick throw in, but it's like everybody just let it go through. I'm not sure why Ivar didn't cut it off. It was off the mark.
So that cost the Braves a base. Ramirez had all but stopped between first and second. And now another hit could mean a Boston run in a tie game. Shaw popped out in the opening inning. Takes outside. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Braves. That's headed foul by Travis Shaw. Good pitch, tied him up. It's been 3 years since Chacin has pitched against the Red Sox. This is his first ever outing against them at Fenway Park. Gale force wind blowing out toward left. Shaw pokes it that way, but it'll stay foul.
Out there in the Coca-Cola Pavilion, in what is the upper deck down the line.
They'd have a sign on the bases if baseball would let them get away with it, wouldn't they?
Yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that no advertising on the outfield walls went away pretty rapidly. I remember a time when there was none.
progress, it's called.
Ruben Amaro lets that one slither by at first. He'll go pick it up and make a fan in the front row seats. Ruben, the former general manager of the Phillies, who just completed a 3-game sweep of the Nationals today. They swept them by a 3-0 score today.
Is that back-to-back shutouts? I know they pitched real well against them.
Yeah, Hellickson pitched yesterday. Yeah, shut him out 3-0 yesterday and got him again 3-0 today behind Aaron Nola on the 4-year anniversary of Bryce Harper's major league debut.
Phillies have got some good arms. We saw Nola at the end of last season. Liked him a lot out of LSU.
And Velasquez with a 16 strikeout game for them. Came over from Houston. And a bouncing ball towards second. Should end the inning, and it will. The Red Sox get a pair of doubles in inning number 3. They've trimmed the Atlanta lead to 1.
It is 3-2, and I have made my way over to Pesky's pole. You know, this pole was named after Johnny Pesky, who played for the Red Sox. He also was a manager here. But the funny thing about it, you think when a foul pole is named after a player, it's because they hit a lot of home runs out here. But actually, his teammates made fun of him, saying this is the furthest he could hit a ball, the only place he could get a home run. He only had 6 career home runs here at Fenway Park, but they dedicated this pole to him in 2006, guys.
Now that makes sense.
There you go. Now, Kelsey, I have a question for you. There are a lot of signatures on that pole. Do you want to risk some trouble and see how high you can climb on the pole and sign your name and be first on the list up there?
You know, I was talking to one of the security guys before the game, and he was telling me that people sign their names and they come back to find it, but this pole's actually repainted every year.
Yeah.
So they come back and try to find their names, and it's just not there anymore.
Well,
but after the game, the highest one, I don't think I could reach it unless I, you know, kind of launch myself up there. But I'm probably going to end up signing it.
That's great. Well, you got to see the inside of the scoreboard, right?
I know, yeah. And you know what's actually cool about Johnny Pesky is he fought in World War II for 3 years there. Also, you know, he was a good player, and he kind of took a break and went and fought in World War II. He's very respected around here. I mean, he was a manager, a player. He lived in Boston after he came to Boston. He stayed here. He went to play for the Tigers after, but he always remained here, living here, like in the off season and stuff.
Yeah, he was a terrific ambassador for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
When Joe and I were broadcasting the Mariners games, we'd get to come to Boston once a year, and Johnny Pesky would always be in the press box watching the game, and always happy to give you a scouting report on the current state of the Red Sox. More importantly, to talk about some of those terrific teams he played on and some of the terrific players he got the good fortune to play with here in Boston. And they've had a lot of them. Great place, great history, great tradition. And Jace Peterson, another walk, leads off the Atlanta fourth. Buchholz can't stand prosperity. He's seen the deficit trimmed to 1 run, and he's immediately into the stretch. That is 3 walks for Buchholz. And here's Ibar, a bunt single and a run scored last time up. If there has been a concern for the Red Sox in the early days of the season, it has been the inconsistency of their starting pitching. That's something John Farrell talked about when they were in Atlanta. It sounds funny to say, but he has said their most consistent pitcher's been the knuckleballer. And that's saying something.
It is.
Close play at first.
And he lowered his ERA to 1.37 last night.
That caught a corner. No balls at a strike. That's how to play to the right side. It's 0-2. The Red Sox try to chase down the Orioles, who are off to a 12-8 start. The Orioles are beating the White Sox in Baltimore tonight, 5-2 in the 4th inning. The Tigers beat Oakland 7-3. That's the only American League action. Boston opens up a weekend set with the Yankees here tomorrow night. Up and in. Which means, of course, the game of the world will be David Price and Nathan Eovaldi Sunday night.
Really riding up and in on Eric. Got everything out of the way, though. Yeah, you're right. That game of the universe. Anytime those two teams play, that's what happens.
I think the Red Sox would be Sunday nighted out. They had a 5-hour and 2-minute Sunday night game in Houston. Then they came to Atlanta.
And I think they go on the road after Sunday's game. Well, they have a day off. And then they go to Chicago.
Well, the White Sox are having a great start.
Yeah, surprising good start.
16-6 entering tonight's play. One ball, 2 strikes.
And with the retirement of Adam LaRoche, the fact the White Sox didn't re-sign Samardzija, a couple of key parts of their team, they're not missing a beat.
Did you have Matt Latos going 4-0 with an 0.74 to start the year?
No.
Well, that's what he's done.
And Abreu, that first baseman, that's just a terrific young hitter, rookie of the year. He's off to a slow start.
We'll see the White Sox right before the All-Star break. And ground ball toward Pedroia. He's going to go to second for 1. And Bogaerts couldn't get much on the throw to first. It's force play, 1 out.
Nice play there by Pedroia, knowing he had to put something on that throw, even though he was a little off balance and falling back toward first base, but able to cut down the lead runner.
So what a way to experience your first game action in Fenway Park. An RBI double in your first at bat at Boston's hallowed grounds. I love the fact that Freddie Gonzalez is giving Malik Smith a chance to learn his lessons, take his lumps, as it were, at the major league level. He led off for a while. He's moved him into the 8 or 9 spot with the DH in effect. As he takes a strike.
Now batting ninth is like the second leadoff man. Is like you got skipped in the order the first time around. That double was hit on the first pitch. They started him with a slow curve this time around.
Bouncing ball to first. Hanley Ramirez right at the bag. Smothers it and takes care of Malix for the second out.
Left-handed hitters like to have that runner being held over there because it gives them a hole to shoot for. But on this occasion, that's probably an extra base hit over the bag if he's playing where he normally would play without a base runner.
But the ground ball moves Ibar into scoring position for Nick Markakis, who's 2 for 2 and 2 RBIs. Buchholz had a change of heart. And a good rip. 0-2.
Yeah, Nick rarely lays off a good fastball, and that one had the middle of the plate. Had a good swing at it. What I should say is that he rarely gets caught taking a fastball down the middle because he happened to be looking for something else.
It's gotten downright cold in Boston. It's 49 degrees at 8:30 Eastern time. And the wind blowing out towards center. The fans in the bleachers getting chilled in the early innings. The pitch. On the left field line, foul.
Yeah, see, that's the difference between radio and television, Chip.
Yeah, good point.
You know, you and I are sitting here braving the elements and taking in the flavor of the ballpark. We can smell the hot dogs wafting up here. We just got a good feel for it when you hear the crowd. And then if you look to our right over here, the radio side, they've got their window closed. You know, it's just kind of sad.
That just missed. Yeah,
they don't have any flavor for the game.
No.
They have no sense of what's going on.
Did you know that they changed the call letters for the flagship radio station for this game tonight? WIMP.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Wimpy radio, they call it. Look at him over there. Toasty. Boy. Can't even smell the hot dogs over there. Oh, there's hot dogs over there.
Oh,
you just can't smell them.
Yes, exactly right. I don't want to either. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sted Vasquez will talk things over with Buchholz. I don't know how Jim hurt his wrist. Where what do you call that, a Velcro?
Yeah, he's got a little brace on there.
Earl Anthony Bowling.
Yeah.
apparatus?
Well, it wouldn't have been from any physical activity, but whatever it was, he'll be okay. But see, they got their little plexiglass window pulled down. Don't want to get chilly over there. Don's trying to count to 5.
We know he can go backwards from 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He has taken some very close pitches. Oh, Hawkeye Markakis.
Castro's on deck. 3-2 in the 4th. Buchholz very deliberate. Swing and a drive into center field. Bradley slammed on the brakes, and that's going to score another run. Ibar streaks home from second. A 3-hit game, a 3 RBI game for Nick Markakis, and the Braves extend the lead.
What a great at bat. Huh? 0-2. Took some borderline pitches that Buchholz thought he had Nick struck out on, and then 3-2. There's that fastball again, and it was scorched so hard that Bradley, who's coming in on it, all of a sudden found himself having to stop so that he didn't get a short hop. And when he stopped, that killed all his momentum. And Ibar able to score easily. Big hit.
19 RBIs for Markakis now. And in case you'd forgotten, last year, in 156 games, Nick Markakis drove in 53 runs.
He's ahead of schedule.
This is game 22. Nick's career high in RBIs, 112. Back in 2007, his second major league season with the Orioles. Popped up. Shaw at third, drifts back to the outfield grass and makes the play. Nick Markakis picked up his 19th RBI last year in mid-June. He's well ahead of pace, and the Braves lead 4-2.
Atlanta Braves baseball is sponsored by Georgia Power. And Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience sports.
Don't forget to stay tuned after our ball game for Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. Jerome and BJ will hopefully have a happy post-game report from Boston tonight, where the Braves lead 4-2, and another chance for a Chacin momentum-saving inning.
That would be nice. Everybody shake hands.
Chris Young starts it off. He's the 7th place hitter for Boston. And that's taken downstairs. Big sports night. Hawks and Celtics. Got the NFL draft. We've got the Braves and Red Sox. They're having the NFL draft, by the way, outside in Chicago at Grant Park by the Buckingham Fountain.
Tell you what, those geniuses over that other network, they just keep coming up with good ideas, don't they?
I can hear my dad now. Huh, some producer had some brilliant idea.
Let me get this straight.
It's 37 and windy, and we're going to be outside. Makes sense to me. That pitch misses ball 2.
And then on Sunday night,
we'll have a 6-hour extravaganza that'll start at 8:10, not 8 o'clock. Popped up. AJ has plenty of room and can't handle it. I got to tell you, Braves catching corps had more than their share of dropsies this year. We've seen a couple of dropped pop-ups. We've seen some miscommunication on pop-ups with other infielders. And we're seeing a lot of balls pop in and out of the gloves on regular pitches to the plate.
that's the second one this week for AJ.
And Young with a free swing lines out to right. Markakis ducked down under the ribbon scoreboards and made the catch.
Something like that happens to you, and I would guess they've scored at an error. And they have. There is no place to hide.
Not here.
Nope.
Here's Bradley. How was your relationship with the fans here in Boston?
Awesome.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but the fans that sat above me in center field were terrific.
Ripped down the right field line and foul.
To the extent that there were some that, I mean, and I would talk to them. They're inviting me to join them, you know, meet them at the local pub.
The Cask and Flagon?
Probably. One guy had the words to the song Oklahoma printed off, passed them out, and they sang to me out there. And that is not always the case in Boston. And called me Okie Joe. They were terrific to me here.
2 balls and a strike for Jackie Bradley. That's hit toward left and playable for Jeff Rancourt. 2 outs for Christian Vasquez. Obviously, they're great fans, have been great fans for a long time. They have suffered through some really awful teams here. The curse of the Bambino was broken. The new ownership group here has taken over. They've spent money on the ballpark. Everywhere you go in Boston this time of year, you see Red Sox memorabilia in the streets, advertising everywhere. They have Red Sox based programming 24/7 on NESN, their regional cable outlet.
Let's face it, this is a great sports town.
Yeah.
Baseball, basketball, hockey, and the New England Patriots, who play not too far from here. who I learned tonight when they broke into the American Football League as the Boston Patriots played their first game at Old Braves Field.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either till tonight.
And there are parts of Old Braves Field that still exist,
Oh,
correct?
yeah. Yeah, I believe for Boston University, is that who plays there at Braves Field now? Yes.
BU?
Yes.
To second. Peterson had his man played perfectly, and a good momentum inning kept by Chacin and the Braves. We go to the fifth.
Sports and outdoors. Right stuff. Low. Braves baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
4-2 Atlanta as we go to the fifth inning. Braves trying to snap an 8-game losing streak and trying to avoid some dubious big league history in the process. We'll explain as Adonis Garcia goes to work to lead off the inning. Never in the history of Major League Baseball has a team had 2 9-game losing streaks in the month of April or in their first 22 games. The Braves have to win tonight in order to take care of that. As that one's popped up by the Red Sox dugout, and Hanley Ramirez got there at the net and makes the play. Good play by Hanley Ramirez. 1 out.
Got there quickly. And a nice play and a little help from Vasquez.
There have been 5 major league teams that have had 2 9-game losing streaks in any month in regular season play. Most recently, as that one's ripped past Pedroia by Freddie Freeman. A 1-out single. Most recently, the 1963 New York Mets.
Freddie 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. 6 for his last 12 against these Red Sox. And the Red Sox fans behind home plate giving AJ the business.
AJ stung the ball twice, but he's 0 for 2. Next on the hit parade for him is Johnny Bench. Popped into right. And that'll be playable for Mookie Betts. 2 outs. Strike 1. Nothing in 2.
That was a better changeup. And that's always been his best secondary pitch. See if he'll chase upstairs. No. It's a slider.
And that takes care of Jeff and the Braves in the 5th inning. Francoeur for 3. Top of the order coming up for the Red Sox. 4-2 your score. Plans today: get your child signed up to attend the Braves baseball camps, the ultimate major league experience for boys and girls of all abilities aged 5 through 13. Braves baseball camps offer 1-week sessions in locations around the Atlanta area. Go to braves.com/camps today. Big night for Nick Markakis. 3 hits, 3 RBIs.
Career games against the Red Sox, and of course those numbers among 3 active players really high because of all the games they play within each division these days.
So Chacin will go through the Red Sox lineup a 3rd time. Leadoff man Mookie Betts stands in and drives the first pitch right at Freddie Freeman. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Always had a nice way to start the inning. 79 pitches now for Chacin.
Red Sox have not put a leadoff man on tonight. Chacin has walked only 1 batter. He's scattered 5 hits. Single runs in the 1st and the 3rd. Here's Pedroia. Sharply hit. Ibar to his knees. Handles that hot smash. 2 out.
This inning's kind of zipping right along, isn't it?
I like it.
Me too.
And here's the native of Aruba, XANDER BOGAERTS. Inside corner had Bogaerts backing away.
Good fastball, working both sides.
Say, it was one of your keys, Joni Mitchell tonight.
Yeah. Both sides now.
Don't lose Bogaerts. David Ortiz is on deck.
Two quick outs. Now he's gone 3-1. He was hoping to have a fast inning. Julius a little miffed at himself.
All the way to the backstop. And Bogaerts with a 2-out walk, and now David Ortiz will come up representing the tying run. That seems to happen a lot to major league pitchers. 2 quick outs, and then all of a sudden you look over in the on-deck circle and you see a big bopper and you lose the guy in the batter's box. Don't know if that happened to Chacin, but not the best situation for Atlanta here.
It's not a good situation here, the way Ortiz is swinging the bat. 3 doubles last night. Although he did strike him out last time up.
Shift on for Ortiz. And a strike.
Good off-speed pitch to start him. He was trying to tie it up. Big cut.
Chacin's way ahead, 2 strikes.
Got some career numbers up on one of the message boards here about Ortiz at Fenway Park, the one that grabs me. 12 triples.
Swing and a miss. Chacin just carved up David Ortiz and the Red Sox in inning number 5. He's pitching a beaut. He leads 4-2. Chacin with 4 strikeouts.
Grammy Award winner Chris Stapleton has taken the country music scene by storm, and he is coming to Turner Field Sunday, May 29th for a free post-game concert as part of the Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines Summer Concert Series. You can go to Braves.com/concerts to get your tickets today.
Jace Peterson leads off for the Braves. We've reached inning number 6. Jace has walked twice. He scored once. Buchholz has thrown 75 pitches, 49 for strikes. 3 runs came across in inning number 2, a single run in the 4th. Atlanta.
Yeah, the bottom of the order's been getting on base for Nick Markakis, and he's bringing them home.
Buchholz thought that was good enough. 2 balls, no strikes. And Jace Peterson has walked for a 3rd time in the game. 4 walks for Buchholz tonight.
And he's twice walked leading off innings, so that's a great way to start it.
As you said, walks have been a problem for him. Been a big part of the game tonight. One of them has scored. A base running blunder has cost the Red Sox a run too. That might be the difference in the game to this point. Ibar has bunted for a hit, reached on a force out, and has scored 2 Atlanta runs. Upstairs, ball 1. Mentioned Eric's historically had good hitting luck here at Fenway Park. He was a .320 career hitter here. The Angels played the Red Sox 3 consecutive years in the division series, 2007, 8, and 9. In 2009, Ibar had 4 hits and 11 at bats against the Red Sox. Driven a couple of runs in that series. And he ropes one just over Hanley Ramirez. And a nice catch by the ball girl down the right field line.
Eric showing some signs of coming around too. 3 for his last 11.
Strike inside corner. Is it just me, or do the games in the American League Park seemingly drag on forever? I'm not complaining about pace of game, time of game. It's a privilege to call a major league game, no matter how long it takes. But there's a much different pace to this game than in the National League Park.
Historically, Boston and the Yankees play the longest games anywhere.
Man. Approaching 2 hours, and we're not through 6 complete. And it's a 4-2 game. Bouncer to first. Hanley at the bag. Makes another nice play. Sliding in at second is Jace Peterson. Ibar is retired, and Malik Smith is coming up.
And right away, Bo Porter was yelling to Jace Peterson, "Stay right there. You're not going anywhere." If you just joined us in the first inning, the Red Sox had a base running blunder by Xavier Bogaerts, who thought he had been called out at second base, but he was actually called safe. He started to wander toward the dugout and was tagged out.
Alex Smith stands in. He's doubled and scored tonight. 6 RBIs from Alex. Bogaerts playing right behind Jace Peterson at shortstop with 1 out.
I think he has saved his 2 best curveballs for Malix tonight. That was one of them.
Ripped into right field, a base hit. Here comes Peterson around third. Bo Porter's going to wave him. Betts won't make a throw to the plate, and Alex Smith, with another big base hit for the Braves, extends the lead. It's 5-2.
Have a night. Malix has turned on 3 balls. 1 for a double. This RBI single. Remember, he hit one right at the bag that Ramirez caught because he was holding a runner his last time up. I'm surprised Betts didn't come up throwing unless he didn't have a very good grip on the baseball. That ball got to him quickly. So a leadoff walk comes home to roost again.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, out to talk things over. Alex Smith with a double, a single, 2 RBIs.
5 RBIs total tonight from the number 9 and 1 hitter.
That'll work.
Yes, sir.
And action now begins in the Boston bullpen. Nick Markakis already 3 for 3, looking for his 25th career 4-hit game tonight. He's knocked in 3 runs. Missed inside. Buchholz in danger of falling to 0-3 on the year. Boston's lost his last 5 starts dating back to last July 10th when he went to the DL with an elbow problem. His ERA is at 6.75 right now. Runner goes. Smith got a great jump, and he is in with a headfirst slide safely at second.
Third stolen base. And you're right, Chip. He got a great jump and he needed it because Vasquez got rid of it quickly.
Red Sox might challenge this call at second base. See if Malix came off the bag. John Farrell's looking at Joe West, and he's going to ask him to go to the headset.
I don't think he ever lost contact with it. After his hands went by the bag, his legs, his hips and legs were on it.
But they'll take a look in New York. As it stands now, Alex Smith is in safely at second with a steal. And we'll see if there's enough evidence to change that call to Boston's favor.
Hands in. There was a little bit of a bounce there, but from the center field camera, we could see that there was still contact. There was no air under him right here on that bounce. See, the knee was on the bag, leg still on the bag. hard time trying to figure out a way to overturn that.
So at the moment, 5-2 Atlanta. Will Smith be at second, or will he be called out on review? We wait the verdict from New York. Well, a lot of speed, as you said, at the bottom of the lineup card tonight for Freddie Gonzalez. Markakis has had a big night driving him in.
Right there's the only moment that they might contest it. I don't know if it'll be enough. Times have changed. Remember, there used to be a time where a close play that was questionable, you were not allowed to show that in the stadium for fear of embarrassing the umpire.
Verdict is in. He's out. Yes, Mallix came off the bag. So the Red Sox with a successful challenge. Call is overturned. Smith had so much velocity at the bag, he popped up in the air.
I guess. I mean, I really, that one frozen shot we took there might have been a space there where he wasn't touching, but that was hard to see.
I'm not picking on Mallix specifically, but I'm talking about the state of the game now. What do you feel about the head first slide?
Well, I don't like it. Too much risk for injury. I'd rather go back to some calls that we've seen during the Braves homestand that were a lot more evident that there needed to be a call overturned than that one.
Yeah. But it went Boston's way. 2 outs, takes away an RBI chance for Markakis. And that's outside, full count. To Bogaerts at short, gave ground and threw a strike to first. Mallex Smith, a 2-hit, 2 RBI night in his debut at Fenway Park. Clay Buchholz down 5-2. Second half of this ball game where Atlanta leads 5-2. Chip and Joe, Kelsey Winkert with you from Fenway Park on a chilly 48-degree night.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but who would the Hawks play if they advance? Do we know yet? Cleveland, I'm told.
Okay. The LeBrons.
The Cleveland LeBrons.
Hanley Ramirez, a 2-hit, 2 RBI night. Make it 3 hits.
And that's twice on the first pitch. Fastball, good fastball hitter. And that's going to end in the night for Chacin.
So
good job.
Julius goes 5+. He scatters 6 Boston hits. He leaves allowing 2 runs. And Travis Shaw's coming up. Braves go to the bullpen. We'll tell you who's coming on to pitch after this. Memorial Day weekend with us at Turner Field when the Braves take on the Marlins and the Giants Friday, May 27th through Memorial Day, Monday, May 30th. Don't miss the Chipper and Freddie ATV bobblehead on the 28th and Chris Stapleton after the game on the 29th. Go to Braves.com/tickets today.
3 straight shutout outings for Eric O'Flaherty, including a couple of 1-inning stints where he's allowed 1 run or 1 hit and 1 walk. Trying to whittle that ERA down after a rough start.
Travis Shaw greets him first. And Eric just missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Travis Shaw had a hard time with Hunter Cervinka last night. It was mostly on breaking balls.
Might have just broken his bat. Yep. Even count. Hanley Ramirez at first for Boston, nobody out. Back our way off the facade of the writers' press area of the press box. Alexi Ogando appears to be next out of the Braves bullpen.
He's been good lately. Throw him another breaking ball, but make it a better one, like Tom Glavine theory. Because Eric knows he can throw one better than the last one he threw.
Sharply hit to second. There's 1. There's 2. Excellent start for O'Flaherty. 2 out.
It was on a fastball and it was hit hard, but right at Peterson.
Base is empty for Chris Young, who's popped out and lined out. Fly ball toward left. Francoeur will turn. That one is high off the monster. Ball ricochets back toward the infield. And Young has a first pitch double. Double play. Very big in the inning. Young continues his good work at Fenway Park. He's 1 for 3.
Yeah, that double play is a big factor already. Jeff was trying to align himself to play that off the wall, maybe throw him out at second base or hold him to single, but came off the wall funny.
Outside corner strike for Jackie Bradley. It's 1 for 2. Upper deck foul and over the roof. Swing and a miss. What a job by Eric O'Flaherty. A double play, a double, and a swinging strikeout. We head to the 7th. Live with the MLB.com At Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news and more. Download MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and your tablet. Again afterwards, Braves Live presented by Xfinity follows us from Fenway Park, where the Braves enjoy a 5-2 lead over the Red Sox. The Colts back out for another inning. John Farrell hoping he can figure some things out. He's got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up for the Braves. And action in the Red Sox bullpen again. A quick turnaround for the Braves. We head to Chicago after the game. Open up a series with the Cubs tomorrow. The Cubs are a little banged up all of a sudden. Miguel Montero, I believe, has a back problem.
Yep.
And Chris Bryant has a mild ankle sprain. He rolled his ankle today against Milwaukee. And he may miss a couple of days.
Of course, they lost Schwarber first week of the season with that bad knee injury out in Arizona.
Two balls and a strike.
Braves will face Lester, Lackey, and Hamill. And Hamill's pitching better than any of those other two.
Just missed a corner. I've heard mixed reviews on the forecast in Chicago too. Might be some rain on Saturday. And that's the only visit the Braves make to Wrigley Field, so gotta find a way to get all three in. Vasquez stole a strike, full count. Pedroia at second. Ball stayed down. He hung with it and threw a strike to first. One out. Castro and Garcia will be happy to leave Boston. Both of them have been cooled by the Red Sox in this series. Garcia's 0 for 3 tonight and hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield.
Just 2 for 16 in this series. And they've done that a lot. They know he's a first pitch fastball guy. He thrives on the fastball, and they've fed him a steady diet of off-speed pitches on the first pitch and early in the count. Put him in the hole, which he's certainly not unaccustomed batting 0-2, but they've pitched him tough after they get ahead.
And here he is again. 0-2. Missed outside. Even count. That's a bullet past Pedroia. One too many breaking balls in that at bat, and Garcia made him pay his first hit of the night. That's going to be the end of the line for Clay Buchholz, who goes 6 1/3, allowing 5 Atlanta runs.
And you're exactly right. You can throw that breaking ball, but you need to mix it up a little bit.
So Buchholz on the short end of another decision to this point. He leaves with Garcia at first, 1 out in the 7th. Braves leading 5-2. Braves fans, if you can't watch tomorrow's day game in Chicago on television, you can now stream games live on your mobile device. Just go to your app store and download the free Fox Sports Go app. Log in and stream the Braves wherever you go. We are with you from Fenway Park, 7th inning. And Tommy Lane versus Freddie Freeman, a rematch from last night.
Yeah, and left-handers hadn't done anything on this guy until last night when Freddie broke the home run drought for Atlanta and hit one over the Red Sox bullpen off Lane. He'd given up only 2 extra base hits to lefties last year.
And a base hit on the first pitch by Freeman. Garcia sprints around the second base bag, throw back there. And he's safely standing. And Freddie Freeman greets Lane with a hit, and there's 2 on with 1 out.
Breaking ball here, but a high one. Big, high, slow, arcing breaking ball. Freddie got that front foot down and ripped it.
Good to see Freddie swinging the bat with some gusto. 7 hits in the series now. Here's AJ, 0 for 3.
And he's hit the ball hard his first 2 times up. Betts took a hit away from him, and then a hard line drive right at Bradley in center. Fenway Park is like Coors Field. You never have enough runs.
Another good cut by Brzezinski. 0-2. Nice stop.
Fastballs, wasted a hook.
A dribbler out to second. Pedroia looked to second, took the sure out at first. And runners are at second and third with 2 outs. And Jeff Francoeur.
See if Farrell stays with the left-hander here. Got another lefty on deck. They could put him on and pitch to Peterson.
Carl Willis is going to come to the mound too to discuss the strategy.
Here you go. Here's your American League stuff. You know, if you want to put him on, put him on.
Well, at least there's a pitching coach talk clock.
Oh, thank goodness. Just think what a horrible thing the clock would have been for Randy St. Clair when he was a pitching coach for the Expos and made a trip an inning. Oh, they had to replace the turf at Olympic Stadium
and the bulbs and the timers.
He would never have worked.
Two on, 2 out. Braves up 3 runs. Insurance would be nice. And Jeff takes down and in.
Jeff's got to have a plan here. He loves the fastball. He hunts for the fastball, but he knows that the base is open and a left-hander's on deck, so he can't expand his zone too much.
And now they'll go ahead and walk him.
And now he won't have that opportunity.
So the Braves will have them loaded. The Red Sox have issued 5 walks to the Braves tonight. 2 of them have scored. Well, this is the situation Jace Peterson loves. Hitting with the bases loaded.
Absolutely he does. And as tough as Lane is on lefties, both the left-handed hitters this inning have had good hacks against him. Freeman and Pierzynski.
With the bases loaded for Jace Peterson. .588 lifetime. Whoa, fortunate that trickled foul. Strike 1.
That 3 RBI hit was a triple in Miami.
Home run cut, didn't get it. Strike 2.
With AJ, after he had a couple of good swings, they wasted a breaking ball down and away.
What a stop.
Vasquez pointed at him. He was pointing at Adonis like, no, you stay right there.
That saved a run.
Yeah, it did. What a play here. Back to the fastball for fear of throwing another one in the dirt.
Jace didn't get it, and that will retire the side. The Braves got a couple of hits and a walk, and we head to the 7th inning stretch at Fenway.
Going into the home half of the 7th inning. And guys, I want to take you back to the 1975 World Series. Game 6, 12th inning. The Reds and the Red Sox tied up at 6 apiece. Carlton Fisk at the dish. He sends one out here to left field. Now, as he was running to first base, you couldn't tell if it was going to go fair or if it was going to go foul. So he's running down to first base, waving his arms, hoping like you are in bowling. You know, you're trying to get it to stay out of the gutter. He's hoping to keep the ball fair. The ball bounces off this pole, stays fair. They walk it off 7-6 to force a game 7. So this pole is officially named the Fisk pole. Back in 2005, they dedicated it to him for forcing that game 7 and winning the game.
Home run came at 1:07 in the morning, and church bells all across New England were ringing in celebration of a home run and a camera shot that many say changed the way baseball was televised forever. Gone were the days of the static shot from the center field camera and maybe a high home camera. Now you've got all the different camera angles down the lines, above home plate.
That was good stuff, Kelsey, because I didn't know that they had named that the Fisk pole. But aptly named. Alexio Gondo has been very good. He's given up 1 run in his last 4 outings, but he's also struck out 6 guys over his last 4 innings total.
That's upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's had a few days rest too. Last worked the 24th against the Mets.
That's into the second deck and foul to the right. Peterson couldn't get it. So Vasquez goes the other way with a leadoff single in the Red Sox 7th.
Thought Jace might be able to knock that one down, but not so. It's hit too hard.
So now you go to the top of the order, and Mookie Betts. Betts has struck out twice in 3 trips. And up and away, ball 1. More action in the Braves bullpen. Betts, then Pedroia. Jim Johnson and Hunter Cervenka are the pitchers loosening up. 2-0. He's missed badly with 3 straight.
His last action was the 24th against the Mets, an inning and a third. Struck out 3, walked a couple.
Four straight. And the Red Sox bring the tying run to the plate.
Chip, you were talking about this, I believe, before the ball game about the games the Braves have had leads in that they've lost.
7 this year. And you'd hate to see a fine starting assignment spoiled by late walks against the heart of the order for the Red Sox. Braves have had to work hard for their 5 runs tonight. But now you've got Pedroia, Bogaerts, and Ortiz lurking. And the wind blowing out at Fenway Park.
Flaherty able to get a ground ball, albeit a hard hit ground ball that turned into a double play last inning. Maybe Ogando can do the same.
He's in the soup now. 2 on, nobody out. That one over for a strike. Pedroia's 1 for 11 against him, but that hit a home run. Thank you, Joe. Driven toward right. Markakis near the line makes the catch. Tagging at second and heading to third is Vasquez. Pedroia is the first out. And here's Bogaerts, first and third, 1 away.
Tell you what, Pedroia is enjoying that line drive to right. He's kind of getting that stroke down.
Well, how about a ground ball at somebody? Double play would end the inning. Bogaerts, though, has been another tough out. He's walked twice, doubled, and scored. 13 for 29 at the plate in his last 8 games. And he's faced Ogando once before. He's 0 for 1. Ball in the dirt. Przinsky's throw to second late. Betts got a good secondary lead, saw the drop, and he moves up 90 feet. Pass ball.
AJ's had a rough night defensively. A drop pop up. That pitch handcuffed him. And Betts able to take advantage. Takes away chance at a double play.
2 pass balls for AJ tonight. And a 1-0 count for Bogaerts. Good rip, foul back. Second and third for the Red Sox. They trail 5-2. That'll bounce into the seats.
Braves will play back, concede a run for a chance to get an out.
Swing and a miss. Bogaerts blown away with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And Freddie Gonzalez pops out of the dugout. It'll be Hunter Cervenka to face David Ortiz. The Braves want the lefty-lefty matchup. They'll get it. 2 on, 2 out. Home 7th. 2 on, 2 out. We'll tell you about his impressive work. In fact, Hunter Cervenka, 9 straight scoreless outings to begin his big league career. It's the longest scoreless outing streak to begin a career by a Braves pitcher in Atlanta franchise history.
Wow, good for him.
Mike Stanton had the previous record of 8.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him here. Hunter pitched really well last night, got him 3 up and 3 down, but he did not face David Ortiz, who's in the top 30 in all those power categories all time.
Left-hand hitters 0 for their last 13 against Cervenka, and he stranded 6 inherited runners. All that's in play here as he works the home 7th.
Braves have a shift on for Ortiz with Peterson out in shallow right field.
Oh, what a cut. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, an effort at a tying home run cut.
If Cervenka can't get Ortiz, we might see Jim Johnson for Hanley Ramirez. Tip to the plate. He's a strike away.
Good cutter. Nothing like a well-placed fastball. Even with the Braves playing him as a dead pull hitter, almost 4 infielders on the right side, trying to keep the ball and run the ball away from him. You can see there on Fox Tracks.
Full count.
So what would you do if you were at home? If you at home were on the mound here with David Ortiz up there representing the tying run. Hunter's got a good cutter. Run the cutter away from him again. Or drop your good curveball on him.
Fenway faithful. Stand. 2 on, 2 out. 3-run game. Full count pitch. Ground ball right side. From the outfield grass, Peterson gets Ortiz, and Hunter Cervenka continues his excellent relief work. 5-2, Braves lead it. We're off to the 8th. take strides forward as they begin their major league careers. Alex Smith is tonight's State Farm instant replay.
Boy, first pitch he saw tonight, he hooked down into the right field corner for a ground rule double and an RBI. Robbed up a hit his second time up, and then third time up rips another one in that corner for an RBI single. 2 RBIs, a run scored, 2 for 3 on the night. He'll bat second this inning.
Behind Ibar, who scored a couple of runs. In fact, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Braves have scored all 5 of them tonight. Strike 1 from Lane. Boy, what a job. Hunter Cervenka to get David Ortiz to ground out. That quiets the Fenway crowd, keeps the lead at 3. Bogaerts at short. And the flip to first in time, 1 man down.
Way smooth, isn't he?
He is.
Must be something about shortstops from the ABC Islands down there.
Well, the Braves have a couple of young middle infielders they're excited about, and they'll be here sooner rather than later. Dansby Swanson, Ozzie Albies. He's hoping they grow into players as good as Xander Bogaerts, if not better. As Malix took a strike. It's almost like major league catchers don't have their mitts broken in yet.
I don't know what's going on. That one skipped up there. I'll give Vasquez that, but it's like got him closed. I call Jim Guadagno get some Mizuno gear on those guys. Maybe the ball will stick in the glove.
Either that or get Lester Hayes and his stickum. With the Raiders quarterback. Put some of that in the glove. That'll take care of the problem. Swing and a drive center. That's going to be over the head of Jackie Bradley. Malix on his way to second. What a night. 3 hits at Fenway Park, and that one an absolute rocket.
Got to look it up. That may be his first hit off a left-handed pitcher too. But that was drilled. And this guy has been getting lit up by Braves left-handed hitters.
Freeman's gotten him twice. Malix Smith greets him with a 1-out double. And another opportunity for Nick Markakis to get to the 20 RBI mark.
That's his second hit against a lefty. But 4 hard hit balls for Malix Smith tonight.
Fouled away. Strike 1 for the Braves right fielder. Malix is going to try to steal third, and he's going to be out. He's caught for a second time tonight, once on video replay. The Braves might take a look at this one.
Waiting to hear. I don't think he got a real good jump. Tag was on the back of the arm. I think they got him.
Malix didn't argue. He popped into the dugout. And Rob Smith says to Freddie Gonzalez, might as well check it. So we'll go to video review.
Shaw was blocking the bag a little bit. The tag is not even on the back of the arm, it's on the rib cage.
Did the foot block the elbow, though, and keep the arm from getting to the bag before the tag is applied? See the arm bend? That's what's so tough about the replay. Even when we look at it 3, 4, 5 times, it's almost impossible to make a safer out judgment.
That's what bothered me about that call being overturned when he tried to steal second, was that wasn't all that conclusive. And lately, it almost has to be obvious that something happened that caused the base umpire in these cases to not be able to see exactly the right angle.
And again, I applaud baseball for wanting to get as many calls correct as they do. But in a situation like this, where Mallex basically conceded the fact that he was out, he popped up, didn't argue, he went straight to the dugout. I understand why the Braves are reviewing it, but if replay wasn't around, there would have been absolutely no argument on that play. The player told the umpires that he was out.
In defense of Mallex there, though, as a kid, as a rookie, I think it's a little beyond him to sit there and point to the dugout and say, hey, I beat that, this guy's wrong. He has enough respect for the umpires at this stage to pop up and let somebody else do his arguing for him. I applaud him for that. Tag. Hand on the base. They could overturn that one too.
And he'd be 1 for 2 in steals, excuse me, tonight. While we have a minute in Boston, I want to thank Braves team doctor, Dr. John Cantwell and Jeff Porter and Jim Lovell for helping me out at the start of the road trip. Had a little bit of the grip first 2 games of the road trip. But as we said, better broadcasting through better pharmaceuticals. And Smith is out at third, and all Freddie can do is wryly smile. So the call stands. 2 are out for Nick Markakis.
I think that play, though, was made on his jump to go to third base. It looked like he had a decent lead, but he kind of hopped and then took off. He was a little bit flat-footed.
2 minutes, the time on that video review.
That's too long.
Yeah. We approach the 3-hour mark in Boston in a 5-2 game.
Nick has hit the ball sharply 4 times tonight, 3 for 4.
That one up the middle, and another hit by a Braves left-hander. Boy, Nick Markakis has stung the ball. That's a 4-hit game for him. And now John Farrell is going to make a pitching change.
Yeah, what? Last 2 nights, Braves lefties have worn this guy out. No mystery to them.
So Lane, an inning and a third. He has yet to give up a run, but we'll see if the Braves can tack on another. It's 5-2. Markakis, his 25th career 4-hit game. And he's also knocked in 3 runs. These are our Toyota key plays.
What a good night for him. They had stymied him a little bit in the first 3 games of this series, but not tonight. That rocket to center field caused Bradley to have to freeze. It allowed another run to come in. 4 for 5, 3 RBIs.
So the Red Sox go to the pen again. It's Heath Hembree with 2 E's.
92 to 95 for Hembree with a slider.
He was acquired by the Red Sox from the Giants for Jake Peavy in 2014.
1 walk, 11 strikeouts.
Heath's out of Braves country. He lives in Cowpens, South Carolina. Heath attended college at the College of Charleston and Spartanburg Methodist College. Two balls, no strikes. He was drafted to be a closer. He has started 1 game as a professional. He's pitched in 242 minor league games coming into this season with 115 saves. Bouncing ball to third. Shaw's got it. Long throw to first, and Ramirez dug it out. And Hembree ends the Atlanta 8th. No runs, 2 hits, a man left. 5-2 Braves lead it. Atmosphere at Fenway Park for these Red Sox fans. 32,232 of them braved the frosty, windy weather for the final game head-to-head between the Braves and Bo Sox here at Fenway tonight. Jim Johnson's on for the 8th. His pitching tonight has been excellent. Chacin, O'Flaherty, Ogando, Cervenka, and now Jim Johnson. Ball 1. Hanley Ramirez a perfect night. He's 3 for 3. 2 singles and a double. 2 base hit came in the 3rd. And a Rocket hit toward Ibar. He catches, he spins, and he throws a strike. 1 out.
Boy, nice play. Got an in-between hop, too.
So Johnson's inning off to a good start. That'll bring up Travis Shaw, 0 for 2. And he hit into a double play against Eric O'Flaherty.
Just watching some of the exits, Chip, it's almost like a bunch of fans stuck around just to sing Sweet Caroline, and now they're going home.
Wouldn't surprise me. We have the same reaction at home when the Braves play Cotton Eye Joe on PA as Johnson takes care of Shaw. 2 outs. A lot of our keys have come through tonight for Atlanta. JACE pitched effectively in a start. Braves got their hits with runners in scoring position. Markakis has had a big night. Alex Smith has had a big night. Bullpen has been very tough. And now we're an out away from heading to the 9th. Brock Holt grabs a bat and he'll pinch hit.
Compared to the series he had against the Braves last year, the Braves have done a good job to hold him down.
Bouncer out to second. Johnson with a terrific inning. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. That sends us to inning number 9. Braves trying to get out of town with a win. They're up 5-2.
One of the keys to sealing third base is having a walking lead. You have the advantage there because there's not a guy standing at the bag holding you on. You've got to be aware where the second baseman and third and shortstop are, and your third base coach helps you with that. But you've also got to be patient enough to know that if you're getting that walking lead and then the pitcher forces you to stop, chances are that's not the one you go on. You don't want to get caught flat-footed and in between.
Adonis Garcia leads off the Atlanta 9th. And he jumps on the first pitch, skies it to right. Betts is there, and Mookie makes the play. Big night for the Atlanta sports team. Last report, the Hawks were up 21 points over the Celtics in the second half.
Wow. Elimination. Sweet tea party.
They'll be crying in their clam chowder later on tonight. If the Braves can win too, here's Freddie Freeman. Freddie's reached base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk.
And after that one pitch, Bogaerts and Shaw shift positions on the shift. Start talking about Shaw and shifts, you have to be very precise.
It's a sentence fraught with great danger.
Yes. Especially when you're cold.
If you have to say that in San Diego's ballpark, the FCC is definitely going to get involved.
No question.
The scoreboard's lying, by the way. There ain't no way it's 51 degrees
Not
here.
a chance. I just looked it up. It was mid-40s. I'm just putting that up there. Let the fans know you're not as cold as you think you are. It's just okay. Stick around.
Yeah, well, they've been drinking antifreeze all night. So
no kidding.
More folks down there in short sleeve shirts. Saw some folks walking out in shorts last night. As Freeman cracks one to right. He's thinking 2, but Betts is going to hold him to a long single. Like what we're seeing out of Freddie Freeman at the plate. All of a sudden, hits are starting to drop, and they're starting to pile up too.
2 hits last night, 3 tonight. Real good sign. Nice play by Betts, by the way, to get over there and keep that ball from getting into the corner. Breaking ball that didn't have a whole lot of tilt to it.
AJ looks for his first hit tonight. Pedroia dives, flips to Bogaerts 1. Throw to first is not in time. Great stab by Pedroia. Took him a little extra time to get it out of his glove. And that cost him a step to AJ Pierzynski and a chance to get the double play.
Well, whoever wrote that story suggesting that maybe Pedroia has lost a little bit hasn't watched this series. He has had an outstanding 4-game series.
Fun player to watch, isn't he? Drew Stubbs will pinch run for AJ. Francoeur will hit with 2 outs.
See if they give him a first pitch fastball. Chances are good they won't. And if you're Drew Stubbs and you're thinking about trying to get into scoring position, the first pitch might be a good one to run on because they don't like to give Francoeur first pitch fastballs.
As Joe said, no lead is safe. Can't ever have enough runs. Another one would be nice.
But they did. And they lived to tell about it.
A short hop stab. Wow.
Yeah, he's really like a middle infielder. Short, quick, good arm. Not the classic way to block a ball, but we saw him block one from a left-hander going away earlier tonight with a runner at third that was somewhat unconventional and brilliant.
Back toward us. Stubbs runs. The pitch a ball. The Vasquez throw off target.
Fourth of the year for Drew. And he's 4 for 4. Terrific crossover step. Boy, he covers a lot of ground, those long legs. Chance for an add-on run.
Back to the mound. And we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. 5-2. Braves lead it. And then it's a happy flight to Chicago. Let's see if Arodys Vizcaino can get those outs without any difficulty tonight.
His last work was on the 25th against these Red Sox, an inning, zeros across and 2 strikeouts. And Arodys has an outstanding streak working over 18 games dating back to last September 15th. He's worked 16 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. That's the 3rd longest streak, active streak in the National League.
Tyler Flowers has checked in to be the Braves catcher for the final 3 outs, we hope. And Vizcaino is going to face Bradley, Vasquez, and Betts for Boston.
Shipped on for Bradley, except for Castro, who will try to prevent a bunt.
Right there, a strike at 98. Effortless. One ball, two strikes.
The Braves have 3 saves, but they're spread out between 3 guys. This would be Vizcaino's second. Grilli has one, and Matt Whistler has the other.
Swing and a miss. Right on by. 99 miles an hour. Might have been his best fastball of the year.
No question.
Good start.
Boy, oh boy. Outer third of the plate. A lot of people tardy on that one.
Josh Rutledge grabs a bat. He'll pinch hit. That's a fun assignment. Come in ice cold and face a guy that just threw a 99-mile-an-hour heater.
Go get him.
Out of play foul. This though a good tune-up for a guy like Rutledge with the Yankees coming in. And Betances and Andrew Miller of the Yankees and their flame-throwing bullpen coming to town starting tomorrow. Oh, 0-2 quickly to Rutledge. Swing and a miss. Flowers will apply the tag. The Braves are an out away from a 5-2 win. And Mookie Betts the hitter.
Vizcaino not messing around. Outstanding that he kept that leadoff man off, struck him out. Don't give him any momentum, any ideas about a 9th inning comeback.
At the knees, outside corner, again 99.
He's bringing it tonight.
The Braves are a strike away.
Rutledge to swing at that one, but not Betts. So chances are good he'll go right back to the fastball.
One ball, two strikes. Two and two. A base hit by Mookie Betts. He just reached out and put it in play. Now you've got to face Pedroia.
I understood the 0-2 slider, but the 1-2 slider that ran the count to 2-2 by not making a real good pitch with it
guaranteed that Betts anyway, I'm going to get a fastball now. And he made the best of it.
Pedroia doubled in the first inning. He's 0 for 3 since. All one high. That's allowed to take second on defensive indifference. That takes away the force play.
Ripped toward left. That's going to go off the wall. Pedroia's long single makes it a 2-run game.
He is locked in. His second home run last night was pulled on a slider, and he got on top of a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. That is locked in.
Tying run at the plate with 2 outs.
That ends Vizcaino's scoreless streak.
A little too much ninth inning drama. 2 quick strikeouts. And now a bouncing ball to short. Ibar, long throw to second, ends the game, and the Braves have beaten the Red Sox. 5-3 is the final score. It will be a happy flight to Chicago. The Braves split a 2-game series here at Fenway Park. Big night for Nick Markakis. 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Malik Smith with 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a run scored as well. What a night. 5-3 Atlanta wins it. Back to recap in a moment.